Hi guys and welcome to New School. Today we'll be making a calculator with HTML, CSS and JavaScript. But in our CSS we'll use Tailwind CSS, which is a utility first framework. So let's get into it.
Okay, guys, so the first thing I'll do is to enter my file explorer and then I'll make a new folder which I'll call calculator. So I'll fast forward and let's see that in action. Good. Now that we are inside our folder, the next thing I'll do is to create two folders. First one being an index.html file, and then the second I'll call it main dot. Sorry, just rename this and call it main.js. Okay, now my text editor. Today I'm using Sublime Text. Normally I use Visual Studio Code, but I just want to use something different so that you people can see other text editors and how they also look like. I really recommend you go with Visual Studio Code, but if you think you're up for the task, you can go for Sublime Text. Okay, so in our index.html, we need to add Tailwind CSS. Now, Tailwind CSS is a utility, it's a CSS utility framework, which I've said before. So, to add Tailwind CSS, you need to go to their website, which I'll do shortly. So, please stand by. Okay, so now I'm in my Tailwind CSS. I'm in the Tailwind CSS website. I'll leave a link in the description. So now we click on get started. Now we can go to play CDN. There are different ways of installing it, but I will just go with play CDN. Let's just copy this whole thing. Go into our text editor and just paste this here. So now we'll go here, and this is an extension that you can install. To install this extension, go to preferences, then go to package control. Then we just press install package. So you see it's loading the packages. Now that it has come, you can just press browser sync. I've already installed it, that's why it's not coming, but you may not see it. So yeah. So okay. Just clear this away. Okay. So the next thing we'll do is now we've pasted it over here. We'll click on this icon, then we press browser sync, then we press launch. This always opens in Google Chrome, so it might take a very long time, but I'll just wait for it to open. When it opens, we'll come back. Okay, it's opening right now. I don't really want to use Google Chrome, so I'll just minimize this. Then I'll go into my Opera. Just create a new tab. Then let's type localhost 3000. Good. So now you see it over here. Okay, so now go back to Sublime Text. Okay, so this is how you add your Tailwind CSS. We'll be back to continue soon. Okay, so now that we are in our code, so inside our body tab, give it a class. Okay, so we'll give it a class of height. Height is going to be 100 VH. VH standing for view height. Then we'll add flex. Justify center. Item center. And then give it a background slate 200. Okay. So if we go into our Opera refresher, that's changed. You won't really see the change because the slate is somehow white. Okay. Now we'll make a div, and in this div we'll give it a class of border padding of 4.
rounded medium, background of slate 100, and shadow medium. Okay, save that when it's refreshed. Okay, so now go inside this div that we have here. Then we have an input type of text. Okay, input type of text. Then we have a class of border split 300, padding of 3, margin on the y-axis 4, background slate 100, rounded medium width 80, text right height of 20, a shadow SM. Then on focus, we'll give it an outline of none and font bold. Okay, so now we'll give it an ID of display, and then we'll type read only so that you won't be able to edit it. I can't type in it. Okay, right now my Tailwind is not loaded. This is because I am not connected to the internet. If you want Tailwind to load using CDN, you have to connect to the internet. So please stand by. I'll be back when I'm connected to the internet. Then we see the changes that will happen. Okay, guys. So as you can see, there is a big difference. Input box is in the center, and as you can see, I can't type anything inside. Okay, so we'll jump back into our code, and then okay, and then we'll create another div just under this input. Okay, and then we'll give this div a class of flex item center, justify between, and a font of bold. Okay, I forgot to talk about this. You might also want to use your own font, like a font that you want to use. I normally go on net and I search for Google fonts. Google fonts. Let's just go to the website. Okay, this is the Google Fonts website. I want to use this font named Archivo. Okay, so we'll go here. I've chosen this one before, but let's remove this. Okay, so I'm not going to use any other font except from the bold font. I'll just pick this one. Then let's copy this, or just to play safe, just go to the import. Then let's copy this. Go inside of our file, outside the body tag. Let's see, and then paste this. Okay, let's close this. Then we will go over here, then copy this one as well. Okay, so over here I'll see body, and let's see, and let's paste whatever we took from online. Okay, so when Let's clear this. Okay. So the next thing we'll do is to create the buttons that we see that helps us to calculate. So type button, then we'll give this a class of border, a shadow of medium, a width of 14, a height of 14, rounded medium, margin on the y-axis 2, and on hover, when we are hovering over it, give it a background of red 400. Text should be white, and by default give it a background of red 500 and a width of 9 rem. Okay, you might be wondering why I'm making this button red. By the way, this button is the cancel button, so we just type C in the middle of the button. Okay, now go under create another button, give this one a class of border, a background of white, shadow of medium, a width of 14, a height of 14, rounded medium, my margin on the y-axis 2, and on hover give it a background of slate 200, sorry, make it 300. Okay, and this one will be the percentage pattern. So copy this, copy all this line, paste it just right under, and then this one we'll change it to the division sign. Okay, so we have made our first line. As you can see, our first line. Okay, so we'll go to the second line. Outside of this div, we create another div and we'll give it a class of whatever we see here. So copy this, paste it here, and enter. Okay, so this one, let's copy this line and paste it here. Then we'll change this to 7, paste this one, give it 8, paste this one, and we'll give it 9. Then we'll go under, paste the last one, and then we'll give it a star, which is the division sign. So copy this, go under, and then we'll paste it. Here we have from 4, 5, 6, and we'll have the minus button. Go under this div, paste again. 1, 2, 3, then the plus. Okay, so we'll go to the last line where we'll paste this again, but we'll clear 2 of them. This one will be 0. Then we'll also have a point. Then under we'll create a new button and we'll give it a class of border, background, white, oh sorry, not white, slate, actually slate 900. So we'll give it a text of white and on hover, we'll give it a background of slate 600. We'll give it shadow medium width of 9 rem, a height of 14, rounded medium, and margin y-axis 2. And this will be our equal button. Fresh that. And then we have the UI for our calculator. As you can see, it's looking beautiful. A font tool is an attribute font. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is add functionality using JavaScript, which we'll go to very soon. Okay guys, so now that we have made the UI for our calculator, we need to add the functionality. So we'll go back into our code. Then under the body tag here, we write script. Then we make a source of main.js. This is where we write our main.js. So that is where we'll be writing our JavaScript. Okay, so to start off, we will go to the first button that we have here. Then we'll type on click. Then we say append. So sorry, append number. Oh sorry. Sorry, not append number. See clear display. Okay, so clear display, then we leave it empty like this. Good. Then on this one, on click. Sorry, click has to be small L. Edit this one, make it small L. Okay, then we see append operator brackets. Then you do this and do the percentage sign. Then this one on click. Click. I'll give it an append operator. I'll give it the division sign. On click, append number. Seven. Okay, let's pause here and let me talk about a few things. Once that are an operator, we write append operator, then we put the operator sign in the middle. If it's a number, we write append number, then put the number in the middle. So I'll fast forward and type all of them once we to save more time. Okay, for this equal to, instead of giving it an append operator or an append number, we'll make it different. This one, we'll give it an on click, and when we click it, we want it to calculate. Then give an empty bracket like this. Good. So now let's jump into our main.js file. First thing we'll do is to declare a constant of display. I'll give this display a document get element by ID. Say display. Okay, so we're going to our index. We see this input. I gave it an ID of display. So in our main.js, we are getting this display so that we work on it. That way, when we enter a number, we see it on the display. Okay, so now that I've gotten the display, we create a function to display the number. The number. Good. To write function, say append number. Then let's type number. So this function will help us to show the number that we click on in the input box that we made. So when we go to the index, you see we have this append number and then the number that we have here. Okay, so we'll say display value. The value is the number that we want to display. Then plus minus operator. Sorry, not operator, number. Good. So when we save that and go here, let's refresh that. Let's click a number. You see the numbers appear in the box. But if you click on an operator, nothing happens because we haven't yet added the functionality. If you want to try clearing it, doesn't yet clear because we haven't added the functionality. Okay, so we'll go back here. Then I'll make the function to display operator. So we'll make a function. Then this one will say append operator. Then display value plus minus operator. So let's clear this one. Good. So when we go here and we click on operators, they also display. Good. So now let's come back and let's make the function that we use to clear the display. So function to clear display. So say function clear display. Empty brackets, then we open and squiggly. Then say display dot value equals to empty string. We need to clear everything that is inside. So when we click on the clear display, what you see on display is nothing. So refresh that. Let's type any random thing. I will press clear. See that there's nothing in the display. Okay, so now let's make the main star of the shoe. The function to calculate. So we say function calculate empty. Open this bracket. Then we declare a constant named expression. And this expression is going to be the value we see on the display. Then we declare another constant, which is the result. And this result is going to be the evaluation of the expression that is in the display. Good. Then we say display value, which is equal to result. Save that. And now let's see, we write a basic calculation like 1 plus 1. Okay, 1 plus 2, 3, which is the result. 7 minus 8, -1. 9 times 2, 18. 10% of 100, 10. 4 divided by 2, 2. 7 divided by what? 7 divided 7 divided by 2, 3.5. So yes, this is it. This is how we create a basic calculator using HTML, Tailwind CSS, and JavaScript. I hope you liked the video. Please do well to like and subscribe the video if you enjoyed it. Hope to see you next time.